It's Week 15 of the NFL, and we've got the do-it-all back Austin Eckler. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Chargers and the Raiders on Thursday night primetime.
So even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines, encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork, and if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to have the Chargers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 57 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the intended receiver on the play, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. On the screen, this is Eckler. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Garoppolo on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Chris Wormley showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. First carry for Josh Jacobs. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. This is a counter play. Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Herbert off of play action. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down at 7. First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Open man downfield. It's Palmer. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all the...
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Herbert now. Over the middle, complete. It's Allen. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll look to throw again. He's got some room to operate. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. Herbert throwing again. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point try now from Dicker. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He goes underneath to Abdullah. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, here's Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30 stops him short of the first down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Davis now to return it. Powers by at the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Underneath to Spiller. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. On first down, it's Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's second and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it. It's Spiller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Man, where has the season gone? We're into week 15 now. So let's give everybody a look at what's coming up here on what should be a very interesting weekend of football. Some very intriguing games in that early window, highlighted by the one going on at the Superdome. A big test for the Saints as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. The 4 o'clock games have some intrigue as well, especially up in Buffalo, where it'll be the Bills taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And we'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This is a screen to Abdullah. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Now Davis fumbles it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert on 1st down now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Herbert. Drops it underneath to Spiller. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Abdullah to return. And shoving his way inside the 35. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And a solid run down inside the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They run up the gut with Kelly. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down, Los Angeles.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. A give up the middle to Kelly. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Kelly will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The Raiders on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Garoppolo. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Garoppolo looks to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Garoppolo again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Garoppolo now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They work now on 2nd and 9. Play action. Garoppolo. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Touchdown, Raiders. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
And he's going to get in for the score, and the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. They find some open field here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 1st and goal, Kelly. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Joshua Kelly with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point try now from Dicker. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground with Kelly, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Again, it's Kelly. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just the